and tidy edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hello! Happy Saturday! How are you? How are you? Welcome, Terry. First one here. Hi, Aisha. Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. Got my weird things here. Hi, Christina. How's it going? Are you guys ready to make some booties? I think I'm the only one making booties, but hey. Hello, Vivid. How's it going? Hi, Sue. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, you're from New Zealand. There's a few Kiwis here. You're up early. It's funny because there's a few early bird Kiwis as well. And Aussies. You're ready to watch me make booties. I will admit I did not do my little instruction list. You intended making visible. Oh, what? You have a foot. The foot does the work. Hi, Fiona. You making booties too? Hi, Marilyn. How's it going? It's 8 a.m. Oh, because you guys don't have the time change. It's 8 a.m. No. I know it's Sunday, but 8 a.m., we're only 3 hours different right now? I am shocked. I am so shocked right now. Oh, the waistband thing. Yeah. Hi, Andrea. Oh, it's look at you guys need to meet up. I mean, I know New Zealand isn't like you're not all in the same neighborhood, but you know. Because Delwyn is sometimes around, and then we have a few Aussies. It's earlier for them. Like at certain times of the year, this would be like 4:30 in the morning, I think, for some folks. So down under. I call you guys Oceania. Is that a widely used term? That's what I call it. I don't know, maybe it's not correct, but it seems like it encompasses that whole region, you know. 7 in the evening here. Wait, where are you, Sue? Or are you in the UK? Not really. Yeah, 6 a.m. Wow, that's crazy. I'm going to be less impressed with you guys showing up at the 11 a.m. stream now. So it's 2 p.m. there. Hi, Noon. How's it going? I haven't seen you, but maybe I saw you the other day, actually. UK. Oh, okay. It's 10 p.m. where you are. Wow. Hi, Beverly. Thanks. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think I'm gonna, I have fabric. I think I'm gonna take that apart and put sleeves on it. I mean, I like the sleeveless version, but I actually think I would wear it all throughout the year with sleeves on it. Right now, it just looks a little too summery. But the fabric could be, It feels a little Christmassy. I don't know why. Maybe because it's December, but yeah. Hi, Julie. How's it going? Okay, so we are making the new Moon Booties pattern by Sew House 7, and she has her own sewing tutorial. I saw it came out like, I think the day I cut these on Wednesday. So, if you get sick of me chatting with my chat, well, you're not for us, probably. You can check out her tutorial as well. But I usually try to go in the same order, and I'm going to give you lots of tips and tricks along the way of how I think it would go the smoothest with the most success. That's kind of all what I'm all about. Smooth success, good results. So, and quick. All right, so I really wish I would have made my cheat sheet. It makes things a lot easier. If you guys I will make my cheat sheet right now. I actually have the instructions pulled up on the screen too, because it's a little easier for me. This is how I record videos. I put the instructions on the screen in front of me. So I'm wearing my shirt from yesterday. Yeah, I could have added a little more, to be honest. Hi, Sydney. Nice to see you. I had a guild live stream yesterday. That's what they're talking about. All right. Oh, so let me show you a couple of these things here. I need to move this over. I'm trying a different computer layout and I already don't like it. All right, so way back I made rugs for my bathroom. I just really wanted a certain rug shape. I wanted to pick my colors. I wanted something that that I wanted. So I basically made like a thick quilt, but they were small. And then I painted this stuff on the back of it. I'm trying to shade it so you can kind of see it. Non-skid rug backing. And you just paint it on. It's that easy. If you need to revitalize something that's lost its tackiness, if you have some like slipper feet PJs or something, or you want to add something to a rug that doesn't stick, this stuff works great. Like, it's held up, it's always tacky, and it does yellow a little bit. So I will say that, and that's probably because I put my rugs in the dryer for like 20 minutes because they're all cotton. Hi, Rachel. But it is a really affordable way to do this, and I have just slathered it on a bunch of things, and I still have some. Hopefully it's still good. It's been probably like a year and a half. Yeah, it's just this like thickish liquid and then a little brush, right? So that's my plan. But you could also, I have some of this left over from a project. If you ever see this kind of thing, it's like they got these little bumps on it. Sorry, it's a little over bright because the fabric is going to be better in line with the lighting. But this is a gripper fabric, and this was $6.79 a few years ago. This is probably $20. Oh, I linked it in the cutting video, but I'll link it in the description of this video when I'm done. So just some ideas if you want to make yours tackier and you're using maybe a cotton that, because I think the ones that Peggy made in her samples, they look like they have kind of a grippy quality to them, and I think it's because she may have used something akin to like a pack cloth or Cordura or something, and those can be kind of grippy. So, all right, Terry, I will. Now she's just sewing. She's going to sew along with the stream, but not the booties, right? All right, so let's look at our pieces. Let's familiarize ourselves. We are going with some shearling as the lining. I'm like, I hate working with this stuff. And I have a canvas for the outer. We're just not going to touch that. I've got some thick wool. I'm going to put 2 in each foot. For my inner sole, I did the scrap busting option, so I really did just kind of go through and find what I had. I have this floral for my upper, but I'm going to piece together one booty because I only had a half a yard and it was only 44 inches wide. So, and then I have lining in the shearling as well. We're just going to leave this right over here. And then I am using wool batting for the interlining. And but if you have like just a regular batting or any of those kinds of battings used for quilting, or even reusing something from something, you could even use a few layers of flannel, or what else would I use? I think like if you want the poofy look, you're gonna want batting with something with loft. But if you are just going for warm, you could probably use lots of things because a few layers are gonna help. Granted, if they're things like flannel, they're not going to be as warm as something that's going to provide warmth, you know, like the technical fabric. Or shearling, which after today you'll probably not want to sew yours in shearling after watching me moan and complain about it. So that's awesome, Julie. You just made a dress and a bra for my workout tonight, but you're not going. So warm. Yeah, right, Sydney, I know. You just got an advert? What is up? Okay, I'm sorry. They changed something recently and I'm working on figuring it out, but I did set this up ahead of time. It didn't, if it asked me just now if I could skip, it shouldn't be showing you ads. Delay ads. Oh, okay. I just put a thing that I could delay ads. Every 10 minutes you're gonna have to warn me. Delay ads. Can I delay this longer? You've had 2 so far. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. And stream marker. Yeah, I got one. Okay. Let me just poke around in my settings really quick to see if I can pause them for the duration of the stream. Channel level settings. I might have to pull this up in another window. There's not a whole lot often that I can do with things like that because, you know, YouTube wants their money. Estimate frequency. Place that stream. Every 30 minutes is the max. Live ad settings. I don't want live ads. I don't know if that still help, but we'll see. Hi, Monica. Nice. Sounds like a plan. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to make this piece whole. So here's the canvas I'm using. It's got this kind of this bright green. So one of these is on the fold and one of them is not. So I put the seam up the back and I just put like a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Because it is up the back of the booty, I don't think it's a big deal. So if you need to save fabric, you could probably put, you could even make your left and right booty different fabrics, even the left and right of one booty, you know? You can have a lot of fun with it. Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. And then I'm gonna just press the seam allowance to the side and make it nice and flat. So there we go. Now we are whole. We have 2 outer booties. And then we have our, I don't usually keep all the pieces with their parts, but today we are going to. All right, let's see what we gotta do first. Yeah, I was kind of surprised I had a big enough piece in my stash. Turn the least notched edge of the booty last down. Wrong side right. Okay, that's this one here. Cut the outer bridge shot cord to measure. Using the chart on page 3. Chart. Oh, I think I already cut that, right? Page 3. All right, so we have our shot cord. So as far as findings go, I cannibalized this shot cord, which is like a bungee, elastic bungee. I don't really like sewing with this stuff. It's kind of tricky. And then I have some braided elastic for all the other pieces and then some toggles for the shot cord. So we're going to take this shot cord out and we need to cut this. What size are we doing? AB? Yeah, AB. AB. Okay. All right, let's read this here. Go back to my page here. Okay. Hi, Amy. How's it going? I have a little ruler here. Okay, so we're gonna cut this. We'll save this little piece here. And we're basting this. Oh, okay, right there. I was just looking for a, yeah. Tip, if your machine is having trouble stitching over the shock cord, try using a hump jumper. I'm going to tell you that I think my machine's going to have trouble sewing this stuff. This is why I don't really like it too much, because it always gives me trouble. But we'll see. I have faith. Someone's got it, right? Okay, so we're going to turn under this least notched edge. I'm like, did we even notch it? Knowing me. It looks like I notched both edges. Nope, we didn't. Okay. I'm going to turn this under. So how are you guys doing? No one's answered my Santa poll. Oh, and then my instructions are covering the chat. Ooh, I almost tripped over my little heater that I brought in. Let me move this over. Oh, good. My timer for the ads has stopped. It's like stopped at 9:30. I think I don't know, Sydney. I do not know. A vintage buttonholer for my featherweight. Oh, boy, Santa is on it, Amy. Good job. I could just not sew that cord with my machine, so I ended up, I could just not sew that cord with my machine, so I ended up, what? Yeah, I opened the guild today, and the live chat was open, so I saw that you found a featherweight, but you had to find some homes for plants. But I love that right before that, Monica was like, all right, I'm going to go. I got to go, guys. Yeah, buy it. Like, she's just like, yeah, just get on that, Sydney. Just buy it. Oh, you don't hear Sojo's missing. Oh. Ow. I don't think that I would characterize my Sojo as an actual Sojo. I've been doing this for so long, it doesn't feel like a mood anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely where I'm not in the mood to do something. So enably, yeah. If you want encouragement, that's the place to go. Okay, let me pull up the instructions again. See, I'm liking the instructions on the screen. However, let's just cover up the stream here, right here. That's so exciting. What I think that getting a toy is like the epitome of a Christmas gift. It could be the winter blues, you know? All right. Least notched edge. And then we're going to, see, this is why, see, I see, okay. I kept looking at this as the fold line. I was like, oh, we're going to, okay, so it's just this notch right here. That's all. I don't need this. Good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of motivation, it is kind of tough. All right, let's see how my machine goes. But I'm going to hand crank it for now because, okay, it's okay. I was recording a video yesterday. Not one that'll be on my channel. It's for a pattern company, but I was sewing a carrier belt loop on top of a waistband, and it was corduroy, so you know, extra chunky. And I locked my machine up while I was recording. I was like, woo! Oh, I just did this on the, no, you do this on the side with the fold, yeah. It ended up being totally fine because I immediately was like, that's not going to go well. And I stopped as it went, and then I you know, got it back on track, and it was fine. It was just the center back one. Sydney, you know that the girl math thing? We need to do some sewing math for you. You're trying to do math. Oh, for a coaster. Never mind. I was thinking for the featherweight. You know, if you need enabling, we've got sewing math. But it never fails to come in clutch, you know. All right, we're going to test this. Just test it. I don't just think it's going to be fine. I don't want to know. I don't either, but might as well know now before you're adjusting your thing and it goes boink and it pulls right out, right? All right, here we are. Booty last to upper booty outer. We're going to say booty a lot today. Hopefully I don't get demonetized. Tack the elastic to the upper folded edge of the booty last. Oh, okay, so now we're going to go straight up like this. Okay. Now we're going to do it up here. We're going to go straight up. I'm doing it kind of close to the edge. I'm assuming that it will... That's interesting, huh? Okay, this must be sewn differently than I thought. Okay, I love that, actually. You know what, when I'm doing that, especially when I'm my own worst enemy with math like that, Sydney, because that kind of math just pops into my head. It's pretty natural for me. Occasionally, though, I will get in my own way. What I do is I bring it all back to zero. I bring everything back to a pure pattern with no seam allowance on it. I do all of my calculations, and then I just add seam allowance. It's like the easiest way to trust my results, you know, because I really can trip myself up sometimes, especially if I'm doing math in front of somebody else. Otherwise, it just pops into my head, and I'll be like, that can't be right. Why would that answer pop into my head? And then I do the math the long way, and I'm like, oh, that was right. Cool. But do I trust it? No, I'm always going to check it. All right. Oh, okay, so we do that. All right, I was actually kind of surprised. All right. So we're going to lay this on top of our... If I would have had just read through the instructions, this would be going a lot faster, and I'm sorry. See, I usually make myself a little instruction list. See, we tacked that right there. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done that so I couldn't see. But you know what? We would do it anyway to make it nice and secure. All right, so this is how this is looking. I'm just going to double check. She has some tips here. Yeah, if you need to seam seal this, you're going to have to seam seal this afterward because we're going to perforate the fabrics all the way through. So we're going to edge stitch this and baste the bottom. All right. You even drew pictures. I'm going to baste the bottom edge first so that then I don't have to pin anything, you know. Okay, I take everything back about what I said about sewing shock cord. It's really easy and it's going great. So. All right, now we're going to edge stitch the last here. I love this fabric combo. So these are all natural fibers what I'm doing, but you could do something more technical. So here we go. The color, these fabrics look incredible on camera. I'm just going to sew this fabric from now on for everything. Oh, you're using pre-cut pieces. Oh, can you draw them in? Oh, you're confused why the elastic is there? Because, yeah, we want to cinch them closer to the foot. So there's inner elastic as well. That's going to provide a little bit more, you know, support to the booty onto your foot, keeping it there. But then there's this little external shock cord to kind of cinch it on and off instead of having, you know, like laces, basically. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so just basting this. I had debated sewing one whole booty and then going and sewing the other one, but that's just crazy talk. We don't want second booty syndrome, you know? Just trimming these little threads where I tacked the shock cord down. I'm gently pulling this a little bit. I don't know if you can see. And it's because like once you start stitching this to the fabric, it kind of draws it up a little bit. And then I could have fallen short down here. So that's why I'm kind of holding it firm. Here we go. All right. Next. Okay, now we're going to pre-press the upper booty. 3/8 and 1 and 3/8. Okay. Gently unfold. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. We don't have to do that, but we could. I'm scanning ahead so we can go a little faster. Okay, we have 5/8 here. Don't want to forget that. Press seams open all the way to the top best you can. All right. All right, and then we sew this. Okay. Okay, we'll stop here. All right, let's go over to the iron. Yeah, do you want to see a picture, Sydney? You see how the black cord is on top? But there's elastic on the inside, too. I almost pressed end stream for some reason. Okay. So now we're just going to pre-fold this so that it'll be easier to get into a circular hem. I'm gonna get rid of that crease right there. So we're going to do this 3/8 of an inch. Sorry, I'm not sure about metric. 3/8 is 6.3 millimeters. Oh, sorry. When I'm in the groove of metric, I got it. When I'm not, I really don't got it. All right, so we're just pre-folding this. That way when we sew the booty together right here, it'll be a lot easier to hem it, because ironing it when it's already in the round, you know, is kind of a pain. So I like that. I think that's really good. That's being kind to your future sewing self. And something that I rarely do this kind of thing. I rarely pre-iron my hems. Sometimes I'll just do the first fold. Mainly because I really like sewing my hems. I like the hem being, the both folds being equal amounts. All right, here we go. You know what? You could check it right now and go, hey, how was my eyeballing? We can do that, right? How was my eyeballing of that hem allowance? Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Because if we see a problem, now's a really good time to handle it. Oh, remember I told you, did I tell you? 1 centimeter, that's what it is. 1 centimeter. Okay. Remember I told you guys about the heat transfer stuff that Handmade PhD was talking about in their blog post? I got my sample yesterday, and my iron did put it on, no problem. I took the I ironed a sample, and took it home for washing. Okay, this is 5/8 inch seam allowance. I would have made this a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So this is good for me to know, because if I make another pair of these, I will probably trim this down. You know, I kind of want to make this a smaller stitch length. I find it a little easier to be accurate. All right, let's look at our our canvas lining up here, because this is the front of the toe. So let's just try, and because the machine's going to want to push it away. Let's look at it. How do we do? I mean, I think I'll take that, you know. It's a little off. Okay, let's trim this down. Did Peggy say to trim it down? I don't think so. No. We don't have to. But we do need to clip it. So we're going to clip it in. And we're going to clip this curve down here. The more curves, the more clips, the better the curves. That's a lot. I know. She shows like 4. All right, so this one. And then you're going to press that open. All right, so let's try and get our canvas right on top. Sometimes what I'll do, if this is really pesky, like depending on your fabrics, if they're really shifty or maybe this is really thick, I will tack it first like this with my machine. Instead of using a pin. Pins aren't that secure. Not when it comes to something like this. I don't know why I backstitch. Don't backstitch. And then there we go. Now when you go to sew it, it's going to stay in place. You know? I think that was the revision, not trim it. Oh, no, that's right. I'm not to step 3, but thank you for reminding me of that, Fiona. Pin or clip the sole outer to the upper booty, taking care. Oh, cool. The back bridge on your spark tights. Was this something you were discussing in the chat, in the live chat in the guild? Was it like a tricky curve or something? It's exciting. Dang, Fiona, I feel like I did better look at those directions. There was a revision to the pattern sent out, I think the day I cut these. But we weren't at the sewing stage, and I said, I'll look at that before I stream. Look at that seam allowance change right there. Let's be a little more accurate here. Like that. Did I cross over? Did I actually... Wait, I don't understand. I didn't think I crossed over. Okay. Now we need to go all the way up to this new edge. Okay. So let's go and, no, it was just tricky. Well, good. All right, let's look at the directions. Step 3C on page 12 is the revision. What does it say? Do you mind telling me? 3C on page 12. Stitch the sole outer to the upper booty outer with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Trim the seams as much. So no trimming. Oh, that's interesting. I would totally trim that step. It's no trimming, isn't it? Every sewing machine is different. So if you find the stitching to be too difficult, now do not trim. Okay. Huh. I wonder why. Because you'll have a ridge on this sole sticking out from the foot if you don't, right? All right, we are trusting the process. Trusting the process. All right, we're going to go and iron this. We need a salami for sure. We're going to do our best to open this up. I'm probably going to stitch it open if I can too, because I'm crazy like that. Because I like the way it looks. I'm sort of getting excited, but I'm super nervous about those classes I'm going to teach at that show. I'm starting to think about it a lot. And I've told myself that I'm not going to get ready for it until after the holidays, like in the new year, because there's just been a lot of things going on. But I'm kind of excited. Someone's offered to provide one of the fabric ways of the things I'm going to be sewing. Like, I don't think for free or anything. They were just like, because I just said, hey, you know, I wouldn't mind having your fabric in my kits if you want. And they jumped on that. So that's great. It'll be an option. And then I think I have to record one video. Pretty sure. Which I don't think any other instructors are probably doing. Oh, the things we promise. All right, so let's get this right here. All right. Let's do this other one here. I was thinking maybe I would drive up instead of flying too. I think it would be kind of fun to meet the people at Palmer and Pletch. I don't know if I could make that happen, but they're in Oregon. And I thought, I don't know, trying to meet sewing friends, you know? And someone in the guild recently hired a Palmer and Pletch teacher for custom pants fitting. I thought that was really cool. This, I need to trim this a little better. I can tell. We're going to get a little closer. Just a little closer. Don't be shy. Right here? Yeah. Did they hire who? Helen. Who's Helen? It was in their region, so you know they are regional. Yeah, right, Amy. I just thought it'd be kind of fun. That really inspired me. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know how I would meet someone without like taking a class, but I would totally just take a class. I think, you know, I don't know if they would accept me. I think you have to be kind of accepted to take a class. They might not, because maybe they would think I'm just going to be like, I'm going to learn all this stuff and now I'm going to tell you all for free on my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? So, and I would totally respect that. I wouldn't do something like that. Like, I wouldn't want to put them in that position of going, who are you and what do you want from us? Because pretty much everybody wants something. I saw someone the other day steal something of mine. I was like, wow. I don't really care. Like, it bugged me, but only because of the association of the person and how and why they did it. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I do not feel threatened at all, because I feel like if you have to do that, then good luck. Take my content. I'll help you out. All right. It looks like fringe. Hi, Ann. How's it going? Are we crazy to try and top stitch this? I want to, so we're gonna try, and then you'll know if you should or should not do this. So I'm gonna try and top stitch on either side of the seam. If you don't have as many cuts, it might be a little easier. There we go, there we go. Oh, neat, Amy. I guess you're outing yourself as the person who did that. Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were talking about the person who had their pants done, like the consultant. Oh, okay. You sound like you know him. Want to make an introduction? Or you were spacing on Patty Palmer's name? That's hilarious. You know what would be really cool? Is like interviewing them. I don't know if I could do that, but oh, cool. That's really neat. I love that. I think that'd be fun. Maybe they go to the show I'm going to. This was totally doable. If you don't have as many cuts as me, it'll be even easier. I think that looks nice. You know, maybe you wouldn't. If you're doing waterproof, I wouldn't do this top stitching. But yeah, it kind of makes it sit flatter. This is more pointed than I thought it would be. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Maybe I will. All right, let's take a little gander. When I lift it up and look, I'm just making sure all the little like clips I did are open and laying flat and none of them are crossing the line, you know? I can tell this is the one I sewed a few times to get a better, more accurate seam allowance because it's not like a ridge. It's kind of a ridge. Yeah, I'm not like cutting all the way into it, so. Skip ads, skip ads, skip ads. Hopefully I skipped your ads. I don't know. I'm doubtful. I said every half hour because that was the longest I could skip them for. I'm going to have to dig into my settings and see if I can just turn them off for live streams in general. Oh, my top stitching is not great. All right. The fuzz is starting to be everywhere. I would like this to be a little more rounded here. I wonder what that would take. I think it's just turning too soon. Like if this ended here, maybe that would, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I am lining this with one of my banned substances, some shearling. All right, let's see what's next here. What is next here? So now I am on page 10, 2F. What basting stitches? Did I forget to do basting stitches? Oh, I might have. Oh, I probably didn't do the basting stitches at the width that was specified. I just basted it. Oh yeah, because it says baste bottom exactly 3/8 of an inch from the bottom edge. Whoops. And they want you to pre-clip it. I don't know about pre-clipping. Center the inner sole cushion over the wrong side of the sole outer. So there's a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Hi Donna, how's it going? Secure the inner in place by pinning, basting, or using some sort of temporary peel and stick. Use pin attached to the right side. Okay, repeat with the other sole. Okay. The right side stay the pin or clip the sole outer to the upper booty outer. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? That bird wants in. There's a bird whacking on the roof right now. It's a flicker. They're just relentless. And it's a metal like drain pipe or something that they're whacking on. Have you got Gales? Oh, Donna. Okay. Gone. You were foiled. You can't hear it? Okay. That's funny. It's loud. All right, so we need this here, and we need the foam, or in my case, wool felt. I sort of want to do this a little differently. The sole outer to the upper booty outer. Okay, so we need to stick these. Trying to be really careful with these. I'm gonna shake them in the trash can again, but they're just, nothing else is falling off. I can see it wanting to come off, but it's just not. All right, let's get rid of some of this shearling here. And these are going to be, I stole this from a slipper I didn't finish making. All right, so we need to put these on here. I'm kind of reluctant to do that before I sew this. It's just so thick. So let's just try one. We'll learn from me. Right, I know. We had one get into our attic. Every morning it would be up in our attic because it had beat on the mesh covering the vents, because we have mesh over our vents for like fire prevention, and it sat there. You can, yeah, it's loud. And so it got in there, and then one morning it was having trouble figuring out how to get back out because it could get in but it doesn't know where it came in at. So I went up there and I was just like, you know, and my husband pulls down the attic thing, and the attic, you pull it down over our stairwell. So the stairwell going to the first floor, the attic pulls down. So when you're going up the stairs, it's really creepy because you're literally over the stairwell, going up a stairwell, and you can see down. So I get up there in my pajamas and my socks. I catch that flicker. I was like, huh! And I shoved it in my pajama top. And then I had to get onto that ladder again, which is like going, like you have to go feet first down a hole onto the ladder over this double, like 2 stories. Oh my gosh. And my husband was just like, get to the deck. And I'm like, here, go somewhere else. It was so loud. He was like, okay, I'll patch that today. Yeah. I think I patched it. I was like over it, over the flicker. He was too. He was so over the flicker. He'd be out there yelling at it, get out of here, when it was banging on the side of the house. All right. Do I clip or don't I clip? I'm kind of thinking, I've sewn things like this before, and that's why I'm kind of hesitating to clip. But I would like notches here and here. Okay. So I think if we sew this together here, like this, then I would pin this to here. This is a 1/2 inch seam, by the way. There's a lot of different seam allowances. Yeah, they really can. I mean, literally, it beats at the wood, and there's a hole next to our chimney now because of it. Keeps the shot cord out of the way. It's just the sole to the upper booty outer. All right. And then no, don't trim it. And repeat steps 3B and 3C with the second sole and upper booty outer. Okay. I'm just sorry. There's a lot to read here. I'm going to try and do this without clipping first. We'll see. I'm also going to do a smaller stitch, so hopefully we don't regret that. We're going to pin this at the center back so that we know where the non-negotiable is, right here. This. If we are accurate in our seam allowance, we should be able to get this on there without a problem. Well, it'll be fussy, but it should be fine. And then you could clip it after if you want. But the reason I say like clipping is kind of, this is so easy to sew on here. I wouldn't pre-clip it. And the reason I say that is because when you pre-clip this edge, it can be really tricky to make sure you don't sew below the clip, you know, and then you have a hole. All right, so it's a little fussy right here at the back here. So I unpinned it so I could straighten this out. And I think not pinning something like this is so much easier because you can hold both layers separately. And I know my machine has the auto, like I can lift my presser foot with my heel. I know that is great if you don't have that. And I know it does make it a little bit different. But I probably should have just zoomed that in. If you, oh, what happened? Did this just lock up? Wait, did I just pick the wrong camera? I know, that is that camera. Why is there no settings on it? Weird. We're going to zoom this in a little bit and brighten it up a little bit because the green's a little dark. Okay. So if you can hold them separately like this, you can kind of control each layer. And you know, I'm lifting out my presser foot, sewing a couple stitches, and then pulling this over to line it up. The other thing you could do is drawing in. Don't pull too hard either because some of this edge is on the bias and you might stretch it out, which will make it harder. But also drawing in your seam allowances will make this a lot easier. So now let's get the rest of the booty out of the way. We have an easy section coming up, but you can't get too cocky here because you need to be finished by the time we get to the toe, right? So let's try and give ourselves a goal, you know? If you don't have marks on your presser or your throat plate for the seam allowance, I would mark it on there. 1/2 inch from your needle. And just butt your fabric right up to that mark. And then now when I'm getting here, underneath it feels like I might get a fold, right? So you just do a couple stitches, lift up your presser foot and release it and straighten it out. Couple stitches, straighten out, couple stitches, straighten out like this. And I'm kind of pulling this under to kind of straighten it out. All right, let's see. I feel like I might have gotten one tuck maybe back here. No, look at that. No problem at all. See? And then you don't have to fiddle with this being on here at the same time because I tell you what, nobody's getting another pair if you do that. You're going to be like, nope, never making this again. That'll be really hard. Unless yours is softer. Mine's kind of stiff. Maybe yours is softer. So that's my tip there. And then I think now we are okay. Attaching elastic to the upper booty lining. So then we go to the lining once we do that. All right. And theoretically, these are, not theoretically, but right now these are supposed to be right here on the booty. But you can tell mine aren't going to just stick there. I'd have to glue them or something. All right, so let's do this one. Let's turn it inside out. And then again, we line up our non-negotiables, right? So toe, and then your heel. Ooh, this one's thick. Okay, right here. I started at the toe last time, didn't I? I started at the heel this time. I think. Maybe I... Wait. This doesn't go there. This goes... Here, I was looking for a seam, but this one doesn't have a seam. This isn't the one I pieced together. All right, here we go. We'll do this again. So again, I'm gonna hold them separately. And as I'm turning this curve, I pull this layer over. Just a couple stitches, Pull it over, adjust, and I'm going to lift my presser foot up to release this so I can pull this all the way over and line it up, and sew along this whole side. Easy peasy, right? For that. All right, and so now here we are getting to this area. And see this wrinkle right here? This is what you're trying to avoid because that looks like that'll be a problem. But it's because right now this can't sit perfectly on the 1/2 inch seam line until it gets closer. So it's going to be fine, but you just need to manage your seam allowance perfectly. And see right here, I'm going to pull this out of the way like this, straighten it out a little bit. It's all fabric handling, this kind of stuff. And now this is where that wrinkle is, right there. And this is when you have to really go, okay, I'm going to manage the bottom layer now. Sorry, you can't probably see. And I'm pulling it out of the way, keeping this lined up to a 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to take this pin out. Now we're close. So now it's all going to relax a little bit. See, the pin didn't help, right? You need it to relax. And now you can kind of pull this over. And it's kind of all gravy now from here. Get rid of these threads because otherwise you'll have to pull them out later. We just have this one little stretch, like 1 inch left of trickiness. So I wouldn't pre-clip. I think you're going to pull your hair out, and I wouldn't take a clip or attach my foam to the inside of it either. You could do it afterward. If you stay true to the seam allowance, you're going to be fine. But if you put your foam on there and you accidentally sew on it, that means you're not using your true seam allowance either. And then so this would go in here like this. All right, so can we clip it but we just don't trim it? Is that what it is, Fiona? What'd you say? Substitute is now do not trim the seams, but we can clip them. Okay. Good. So the other thing is that their photo shows the sewing with like this, with the upper on top, but I think if you put it with the sole on top, it'll be a little easier as well. I don't know what this picture here is. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm gonna just clip into this curve here up to my stitch line. I'm gonna go all the way around. It looks more like a notched clip, not a clip, which means you go like this, right? You create these little like wedges. Wait, where's the camera? So see how there's like a gap right there? Because then when it gets pushed together, there's space for it to push together and it doesn't really buckle. So you'll get a flatter thing. So you can go around and notch your seam. This is great for thicknesses, like in coat making and stuff. That's the shot cord right there. So we're just gonna not do any more near that. All right. I have my instructions up, so I have to. I'm toggling between 3 screens right now, so I have to keep doing that. Definitely do right here, just because there's seam allowance there. Don't skip it, because that is even stiffer than the other areas, so you really need it there. Flicker, man. He's found another spot in the roof. Oh my gosh, it's thick. Look at that, my little back stitch. I didn't line it up perfectly to where I began, I think. It's So let's get rid of that because that'll look kind of funny on the right side. That is actually one thing I do very consistently not great, especially when I'm sewing a sleeve and I start at the underarm, right? I always start at the underarm. I go around the cap, I sew it on there, no problem. And then as I approach where I started, I never get it quite lined up the same. I've kind of sat there one day and was like, what am I doing? Why does this happen every time? And kind of analyzed how I begin it. And then I've been able to kind of break myself of that habit by changing how I start it. So I was like, why does it always end up like this? That I get this weird, misaligned start and stop. I had to kind of watch myself do whatever I did. Do you want me to just continue on this one since I'm taking so much time on it? So I can always finish the other one off camera too. Making a little bit of a mess. Right into the garbage can there. Here we go. All right. That's going to now let it splay out. See that? Oof. Good thing Fiona was here. I would have totally trimmed that. And maybe we will later. I don't know. Okay. All right, so elastic to upper booty lining. Let's move this aside. Oh, here we go. Okay, upper booty. And then we have lining, and then we have elastic. We have we have a lot of pieces of elastic here. All right, let's see what we got. Hello, Hannah. Did someone just subscribe? Thanks for welcoming them, Julie. I missed the notifications. I don't get the sound anymore for some weird reason. All right, use the charting page to cut the inner ankle and inner bridge elastics to size. Fold the inner ankle elastic in half to find the center. Okay, which one's the inner ankle? Is it the longer one or the shorter one? Inner ankle is the one you cut 2 of. The inner bridge is the one you cut 4 of, and it's the shorter one by a lot. It's like half the amount. Okay, so let's see. Inner ankle is the longer one. Okay, here we are. Using the chart. Okay, cut the inner ankle. Inner ankle is the longer one, right? That's what I said. Okay, so these are the inner ankle. These are the inner bridge. I'm going to pre-stretch it a little bit. All right, so there is is this on the fold? Oh, it is. Oh boy, I hate this stuff. Okay. It catches everything too. Who needs a lint roller when you got this stuff? It creates lint and it grabs lint. It's an all-in-one tool. Self-fulfilling. All right, so we have this dot right here. And we're gonna just go on the inside. This is when I don't write all the instructions. I'm sorry, you guys. Wrong side. That's a little easier to deal with, honestly. Because we can just go. Use our Crayola marker here. I don't see a notch down here, but I may have not notched this for a reason. Okay, this is the center. Here's a notch here. And let's see if we're about the same on this side. Not really. Not really at all. Oh my goodness. Let's get this more relaxed. Why is that so different? Look at that. Wait, what the heck? Is this not marked? Okay, that's a little better. What the heck? Okay, here is the center. Here is the dot. The dot looks in the right spot. Oh my goodness. Why is this cutting so bad? It's close. All right, let's do this one here. All right, make sure this is relaxed. We have our fold right here. Dot, notch. Now it looks way off the other way. What the heck, man? This fabric, I shouldn't have cut it. Did I cut it on the fold? I must have. Look at that. Good thing there's not a left or right. That's all I got to say. All right. Okay, we're going to find the center of our elastic, the longer one. I feel like saying, come in, to the flicker. That would drive my dog crazy, by the way. He would think somebody was here if he heard the flicker. All right, we're going to tack it right here at this dot. Any dot you like, since I've got a couple. Such a good example of why cutting on the fold is inaccurate, especially when you get these thick, loftier fabrics. Stretch the bridge elastics from notch to notch. Oh, there was a notch right here? Oh yeah, there is. So see right here how we have these elastic markings on the pattern piece? Is that too bright for you? Yeah, these right here. So we need this one here. Right here. Here. And we need one up here. I think these are going to be kind of slippery because of the shearling. This stuff's kind of slippery to walk on. Like the outer will be tacky, but my foot will, if there's any shifting happening inside the booty, it will be a little slippery. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. Let's get rid of this piece there. So now we have our little pieces of elastic here, and they're going to go from here to here. And do we stitch it down? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we do. All right, so I'm not going to use a zigzag, but that's okay because we're stretching it. Hi, Shim. How's it going? That is the ultimate. I actually asked my husband the other day. My kid, by the way, is grown and moved out. But I told him I wanted to go to a specific grocery store as a date. Because ours is really limited. They closed the one I like up here. So now we're down to one grocery store. And it's just it's just like junk food, you know? All right, so if you stretch elastic and stitch it down, that's enough. You don't have to use a zigzag stitch. If you were stitching this elastic just flat without stretching it first to something that does stretch, then you would need a zigzag stitch so that it could stretch. But because we're pre-stretching it, we don't need the zigzag stitch. So I'm going to get this under my needle as fast as possible. And now I'm going to pull it stretched. And the key right now, I try and hold the back as soon as I can. The key right now is don't stretch it again. Hold it stretched so it's static. Because you don't want to pull on the needle. All right, so we're just going to stop needle down. We're going to pivot. And we're going to go to this other one here. So we're going to put this here. Hold it really firm. Stretch. Hold behind it. Sew. I tried to do backstitch and my finger missed. I actually didn't make it all the way there. So next time I'm going to use my awl. Another tip would be to tack it, and I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm getting a few skip stitches. All right, so if we tack this here, like this, and we tack it here, this is even better. We'll tack this one right now while we're here. And we'll tack this one right here. Then I won't have to worry about it coming short like I did on that one, right? All right, Amy, adopt those dogs. Okay, so now I'm gonna pull again. Ooh, that scared me. I don't know why. I wasn't holding the back of it. Okay, now we're gonna hold. Like that. Give it a little haircut. I love that it stops needle down. Stretch. See how it wants to pull out? All right. So now we got a scrunchie. Hey Barbara, how's it going? All right, let's see. Here is our, okay, and then this one here. All right, so we'll tack all these this time. Yeah, you learn little things like this when you're not allowed pins, you know, like in certain settings, if you work certain sewing jobs, you're not allowed pins, like on a production floor. So they will do things like this. And even sometimes this will be not frowned upon. It depends on how, where are these notches down here? It depends on the factory. They should let people do things like this, but I've seen some crazy stuff, you know. Okay, so we're marking this one. And we're marking this one. Okay. If you're sitting down for your first time today. Oh, Christmas Donnie. That'll be cool. Working on a sequin top. So are you removing the sequins along the seam allowances? I think I've sewn sequins maybe once or twice. I've done beaded, like a beaded dress before for a friend's wedding, and I had to remove all the beading along the seam allowances, and then after it was sewn, I put it back. It seems kind of grueling when you realize that's what you're going to have to do, and then it's really not a big deal because you don't have to replace as much as you think, as long as you didn't go crazy removing stuff. Especially also if you sew with like a zipper foot or an edge foot, and then that way if you just remove the beading up to the seam allowance and maybe just barely past it, you might get away with only securing the beads because they may be like live threads. But with sequins, don't you have to remove those too? Oh my God, this is no joke. I don't think anybody's getting this as a gift from me. All right, here we go. Stretch again. Let's sew a little, grab it. See, these are going to feel a lot more secure than you think. Advent. Wait, Advent. Oh, Advert. You got another one? See, it's paused for me. That's weird. Oh, okay. That's good, Anne. For a chair. What's for a chair? I do remove sequins if they are big and stuff. Yeah. What are you doing for a chair? Barbara? What did I miss? Okay, here we go. Scrunchy McScrunches. Lay the upper booty batting on the wrong side of the upper booty lining. Oof. I don't know about that. It's kind of scrunchy. And pin place around. Carefully stretch the legs so that the outer edges align. Yeah, that's not really happening until we sew it. Resist the top and bottom together before pressing the. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh no, that's a bummer, Shem. Gosh. All right, so I'm gonna, how's the lighting doing? Is it kind of bright? It's kind of bright. Do you want me to tone it down a little bit? I'm gonna stitch the top and bottom, like the straight edges, together first. So this is the batting, which goes in between the lining and the outer booty. I think we're getting close to putting this whole puppy together. You know, I should have, oh, I think they're in the next room. I have these slippers that my uncle made me when I was a kid. I found them in some stuff my mom gave me a few years ago before the fire, and I kept them. And I think they're possums. They're kind of cute. I wonder if it was a kit that he did. But it's like little possums sitting on their back, you know. So you basically slip your foot into their tummy. They're kind of funny. There was wool felt for the eyes, and you could tell something ate that, or just kind of maybe just degraded over time, but they're kind of cute. I meant to look at more of the people's creations for this, because I started seeing some that had been embellished with some floral stitching. Oh, come on, you can get on here. Why does this feel like I have to ease it? So you could do some really cute things. Oof, I am definitely feeling like I'm easing that a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna go up this toe area. We're just gonna pull it over to the edge. Nope, the toe got under the batting. Some batting does that. It's harder to deal with than others. The batting is more stable than the shearling. Let's see if we can get this. I feel like this would be a good little bed. Oh, really, Shem? Oh my gosh. That'd be cool. Oh, yeah, Anne. I'm not surprised. This shearling isn't as bad, but I noticed this. What was I sewing recently on the channel? What was I sewing recently on the channel? And the fabric was starting to make me itch. What did I make last month? Woo, Terry. Go, Terry. Nice. All right, here's our little boingy lining. Aw, I would love that. Oh my gosh, to meet you and your husband, that would be so cool. That's pretty cool. You want to be my assistant in, one of my classes or something? And you're going to be there, right? Yeah, we're definitely planning a meetup. I think I'm staying within walking distance. I hope it said it's in walking distance as long as the weather is, you know, somewhat cooperative. I don't mind if it's pouring rain or anything like that. All right, we're gonna do this from the batting side. The shearling is a no. Like I don't mind pouring rain or if it's cold or whatever, as long as it's not slushy, you know. Really, Aisha? Oh yeah, you should take one of my classes for sure. I'm so scared that they won't fill up. I think the one that won't fill up is the seam finishes one. And I really was just trying to come up with, oh, I'm starting to get itchy. And is that you that said that? Yeah. You already got your airline tickets? Nice. And your room's ready? Oh, that's cool. I haven't bought my airline ticket yet. Mainly because I kind of toy with driving. It's like a 12-hour drive. Not ideal. Not cheaper than flying because the flying is really, really easy. There's direct flights from Sacramento to there. So that's very, very appealing. If you heckle me, I don't know. There might be repercussions. Totally expected, but repercussions. I should come too. That'd be so cool. Okay, look at this. See, I feel like, remember how my shearling didn't seem big enough when I was trying to find those notches? And now it feels smaller. Okay, let's go up this. Yeah, Sydney. That, I agree. Certain times a day, that drive is, come on, you know? It's like not even a very far drive. You know, it's like, what's happening? I would just hold your work up as an example. There you go. How about that, Shim? We never do that. All right, if you don't want it, you know, if you don't want your thing to look like this, no. Oh, you have to go, oh, yeah. Yeah, oh gosh. All right, I'll fly. All right, so far that was probably the fussiest step. Okay, a walking foot or Teflon foot in your sewing machine may help with bulky seams. A walking foot will help with bulky seams. The Teflon foot will not help with bulky seams. The Teflon foot only helps if you have like a really tacky fabric. Yeah, it is really affordable. I think it was like $250 to $350 direct. So that's great because the accommodations, not cheap. You know? Okay, upper booty and lining and batting assembly. All right, what do we got here? We're gonna do, I wish sometimes, these directions are great. I just wish they were bulleted a little bit. Okay, close the bottom end. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we're just gonna attach our booty, our lining to our sole, pretty sure. And then we get to put them together. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there's nowhere to go on that road. I've hit it like half the time I go through there. It's when the military base switches over the shift. I'm like, you people need to ride a bike. Makes me salty. All right, what's the seam allowance when we're putting this center seam? Is it 5/8, right? Yep, 5/8. So we're doing that front seam here along the front of the booty and the toe. Oof. Okay. Oh, Shem, this is why I was looking for you in the chat the other day. I said something and I got kind of hazed a little bit for it because I said, oh, speaking of aliens, where's Shem? But it wasn't because of how that sounded. I watched a couple episodes of that Monarch show and I liked it. I wanted to tell you about that. I have to keep picking up my foot because the toes of my feet go under some batting and then it kind of stops. So, I see Diane. Hi, Diane. Oh, nice. Pillowcases are gone, meaning like, oh, because you were making all those pillowcases. That's awesome. I thought you told me to check it out, that you had watched it. Yeah, yeah, Sydney. So definitely not in the mood. All right, we're going to clip this a little bit. Oof. These booties, I'm so glad I made these how I wanted because nobody's getting these but me. Yeah, it is because it's less sci-fi than you would think. So if you're not a huge sci-fi fan but you like characters and like a story, it's pretty good. It starts out really like surprising in a really interesting way. I'm really liking it. I really want to trim this seam down. Can I trim this seam down? I can trim this seam down, right? Where's the boss? Fiona? Can I trim this down? Yeah, it is. It's not post-apocalyptic yet. I do like a good post-apocalyptic story. I heard one game I really like called Horizon Zero Dawn, described as a post-apocalyptic, and that's exactly it. It's like after the apocalypse, like post that era. So it's like way in the future when the earth is just like no memory of that, and it's really interesting. Okay, can I trim this? Let's see here. I would really like to trim. I do not think I can press this open. You know what I mean? Jelly beans. Right here. I think I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. Give it a little bit of a haircut. It does feel soft enough, but you know, I don't want to ridge. Because all this stuff will take up space in your booty and then it won't, like, when it's sewn together, it won't like sit quite right, you know? The movie, it's called it's a TV series on Apple, and it's called Monarch, like the butterfly. Nothing to do with the butterfly. It's basically, I'll just tell you straight up. It's if there were creatures like Godzilla, Titans they called them, but there's lots of different ones, and it's much more Indiana Jones like than you would think. More like Indiana Jones. Is that what I want to say? There's not a whip or a you know, you're not being chased by a concrete ball, but there's like adventures and discovery and you know, stuff like that. And so it's kind of interesting. It's less so far about that than about the discovery, like that they're living in this world and they're like, wait a minute, how the heck are these things real? You know? But it's a very human story. There's a really good story that starts at the beginning. And it's kind of cool. It starts in Japan. An American goes to Japan. So, I like it. I like it so far. And it's got the very unique thing where Kurt Russell plays him. He plays the dad, and his son in real life plays him as a younger man. Oh, Fiona. My boss spoke too late. We're trimming, Fiona. We're trimming. It's too bulky. I can't press it open. That's why. Because the other one I pressed open and then I stitched it open. We're just going to That was way easier to trim that before I clip it, by the way. A lot less messy. Look at that. Look at how fuzzy that is. Oh, you don't get apple. Oh, shoot. Well, yeah, it's one of those things. It's hard to have all the services, isn't it? Oh, interesting, Anne. See, I'm kind of thinking about that one because, you know, post-apocalyptic. But I feel like it's going to be confusing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Fiona. I'm like, meh. All right. We're going to attach this little sole. This is going to be so cozy. Okay, where's the notch? We really want our notch on this one for sure. So I'll just make it really visible. I'm just putting one at the back and one here at the top. Can you see my shearing is a little bigger? Is it? Wait. Let's get this on here. Don't be hard on don't make it harder on yourself. Make sure this thing is, you know, as exact as possible. As long as the bottom is exact as possible too. Oh yeah, that's a good thing to binge this time of year. I have to watch, you know, Love Actually at least once. That's my Christmas movie. What's your guys' Christmas movie? I want to know what your Christmas movie is. You can tell me that instead of what you want what sewing gift you want Santa to bring you. All right. We're going to, which notch is it? Put this back here. Elf. Oh. That one just became available on something I watch. That is a cute one. I actually do like it. Oh, the color purple. That's a good one. Which color purple do you watch? There's like 3 now, right? Or wait, is the new one not out yet? I keep seeing advertisements for it. It looks really good. Christmas Chronicle. Okay. I didn't even know Love Actually was considered a Christmas movie, but I watched it as a Christmas movie. And then I was like, oh, everybody thinks this one is. Oh, okay. But not the old one, right? Like the one I saw when I was a kid. Oh, fuzzy stuff. No one's going to see a tuck in this part. And by now you're like, I'm not giving these away. I'm keeping this. Oh, It's a Wonderful Life Is Yours. That one for me doesn't hit Christmas for me. I wish it did. The Scrooge movies. Yeah, okay. You look for a super cheesy one. Yeah, I just saw like a kind of a cheesy one, something called like Xmas, and I was like, that looks like a Hallmark. Yeah, the one with the open movie. That's okay. Yeah. That's like the. I consider that one kind of the new one, but it's really not. It's been out for a while. The new one looks really good. Hello, Jerry. The woman becomes Santa. Oh. Yeah, that sounds familiar to me too. Oof, not my best sewing, huh? Topic is Chevy Chase's Christmas Vacation. Oh my God. That one just is like, oh, Fiona, I almost trimmed that. I know I'm not allowed to trim that yet. You know why you're not allowed to trim this? Because you have to sew the lining to the outer. That's why. I know now. Okay. I just had a panic like, oh gosh, I hope I did the toe to the toe. I did. Die Hard is actually not a bad Christmas movie. I have a young friend, and he was like, Saremy, where he works right now, he has a lot of like downtime, and they let him just like watch a movie or whatever, but he has to download it. So he, you know how you can do things on like Netflix. So he said, you know what? Lately, I've just been going for it. I've just been watching a movie. I've heard of it. But then I read the description. I don't want to watch it because I've like, whatever, decided something about it. He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, I've heard this movie. I've heard this mentioned a lot. I'm just going to download it and watch it. And it's been really cool because he's like, oh my gosh, some of these movies are so good. I've never watched it. And I think like, he would say, he's like, I just didn't really watch a lot of movies. I watched shorter things and stuff. And so he's been asking me like, what do you recommend, you know? And it has me kind of stymied because I actually really do love movies, and I'm very visual. And so I really appreciate things like that. And I haven't known what to suggest. It's crazy. I feel like I should have this long list, but I'm not one of those people that keeps track of things like, I have here, let me get my movie list out. You know what I mean? So, wait. Someone, Noelle is the name of it? Or did someone named Noelle tell you what it is? It's called Noelle. Okay. Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh my gosh. So basically that's your hubby's Christmas movie. You're about the color purple and he wants Charlie Brown Christmas. Is that what's happening here, Terry? That's kind of funny. Or does he need a little Charlie Brown after the color purple? Oh my goodness. Christmas with the Cranks. I know I feel like the Christmas movie thing can be also a generational thing. I don't know if I really had one before the Love Actually, though. What about the one where the two women swap cottages? One in LA and one in like Scotland? England? That one's cute. Is that really a Christmas movie though? The Illuminations, The Grinch. Okay. Name of the movie. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. The Holiday. Yeah, exactly. All right. Have you actually watched White Christmas? That is a struggle. Like, I get it. I watched it, and because I was like, fine, I'll watch this, right? It wasn't Ireland. Okay. Sorry, Donna. Sorry. It's okay. I'm about to be fired. It's kind of like not very uplifting. I felt a little bit like, wait, this isn't very happy. Maybe I need to give this another try. Maybe there's another White Christmas. I get it, like the end with the whole like scene is great, but yeah, Rudolph is kind of a bit of a struggle. All right, okay, we're getting there, you guys. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna look for Noelle. Okay, I'm gonna look for Noelle. I think I have to watch Die Hard now. I like Anna Kendrick. I can skip Christmas Vacation. Maybe. If it comes on, I'll watch it. One year, when my parents were at my house for dinner, it was kind of funny. The TV was just on, and we weren't even in the living room. And then we walked in, and there was this whole Hunger Games series. Like, they were playing all of the Hunger Games on Christmas Day. The whole series. I was like, what is Christmassy about the Hunger Games? Let's throw a bunch of kids into an arena for a fight to the death. Happy Christmas. We left it on, by the way. It's kind of funny. All right, I better pay attention here. All right, now we need to put our inserts in here, and we need to sew these together. I feel like I know what's going to happen now, so I'm feeling a little cavalier, but I'm just going to kind of look. Okay. I think you just sewed soles together. Hem the top over the lining, right? Four Christmases. Oh, yeah. What is his name? No way, Aisha. Really? That's funny. Jeannie with Melissa McCarthy. Okay, Twilight Zone on New Year's Day. I could get behind that. Or even Hitchcock. Okay, now you can trim and grade there. Okay. We're going rogue now. Let's just, well, we might not be going rogue. We probably are doing this the right way. Okay, so we need to put our soles in here now, and we need to put our booties together, right? So we're putting these, they're both inside out still, and we're not really sewing these. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sew this most of the way and then slip it in at the end. You know what I mean? So let's sew them. We're gonna leave the toe area open since it's wider. Okay, that's our strategy. Let's see how we do here. And we're gonna line these up. I could use a couple of clips, you know. None of you have said the Santa Claus. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anne just said that. I do like those. Yeah, that did. Oh, Vince Vaughn. Yeah, exactly. He either does it for me or he doesn't. Sometimes I'm like, oh, God. Skip ads. It's like a mini game. I got to click it quick. It's like a bar. I have like a minute to click it. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to start, we're going to put a pin over here so we remember to stop sewing about, like right here at the widest part of the toe box. And then we'll start over here. And then this way, we'll just slip our soles in there, you know. All right, I kind of want to do this. Yeah, we're going to do this from this side. Okay, so let's get all this seam allowance like up. You are in the home stretch right now. Oh, yeah, Sydney. You're in the home stretch. We have like 2 steps left, I think. We're going to sew this together, and then we're going to pull it up over, and then we're going to hem the top over. And I think that's it. I'm kind of doing it just to the right of my original seam. This is going to be on the inside of your booty too, so I wouldn't stress too much about it. This is really just securing your booty down there to the bottom of the booty, so it's not really annoying to wear. You know, like every time you take your foot out of the booty, it comes with it, the sole, the lining. So this is going to prevent that. All right, let's just pull all my seam allowance of the lining out. All right. Try harding a little bit here. And single all the holiday and single all the way. Oh, you do like all the Christmassy hunky movies. Okay. You watched 12 Dates of Christmas. It was cute. It was a little Groundhog Day and Christmas. Okay. Those shows like that, like Groundhog Day, where they repeat themselves over, the whole premise of that is so stressful to me. But I will say 50 First Dates is really cute. Even though if I had known the premise of that, like if I had thought it through, I would have been like, no, I can't watch this. Because I don't know why, but the idea of being stuck in a loop or not having my memory, that is kind of stressful to me. But 50 First Dates is really cute with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. There's got to be an Adam Sandler Christmas movie, even though I know he's Jewish, but he has the dreidel song, which is really good. Or the Hanukkah song, I mean. I feel like he would be in a Christmas movie just because it'd be funny. I know, Sydney, exactly. It's so sad. Okay, here we are. We're putting our souls in there. They're kind of tacky. Ooh. Get in there. Yeah, we do. We need like a list in the guild, don't we? Okay, I'm going to stick my hand in there, which might not help. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm gonna fold this like a taco and then shove it in there. There we go. Yeah, that worked. That worked. Okay. All right. Kind of. I might need my chopstick. Let's see if I can reach in and kind of shimmy it through the fabric. I guarantee you this is still easier than leaving it there while you sew around it. It's going to be snug though, because when you think about the sole fit the bottom here perfectly, and this inner sole is thicker, so there's no allowance for the turn of cloth. You know how I finally remembered that term? So, meaning there's no room for the thickness, except the shearling can maybe stretch over it. Does look kind of cool in there. There we go. And now I'm gonna hold and pull that. Yeah. Okay. We need holiday movie bingo. I like that. That'd be fun. I like that I think there's like, is it Netflix now where you can watch something together with somebody? I know you can on PlayStation, which is pretty neat. So say you're not together, physically. Oh, 8 Crazy Nights. Okay, it starts on Hanukkah. Okay, I knew there was something. I'm just closing this hole now. And it's not like going to be the prettiest, but I'm not going past my seam line either. We're just trying to get it in there. Really, I need a little more space. As I like to call it, the kerf. The kerf of the thickness of that. All right, here we go. All right, so now can I trim it? Let's see, I think I can. Yeah. Trim and grade the seams, taking care not to trim the stitching. Yeah. Wait, we don't want to do that. There we go. Okay. We're going to trim this down a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to get a ridge around the bottom of your foot. So predictable. Okay, is this my seam right here? Yeah, okay, just making sure, We need a sewing Christmas movie, huh? There's got to be something. I feel like Christmas is all about sewing. How many? Okay, here's another Christmas related. Sorry it's so Christmas centric, you guys. I know not everybody celebrates Christmas. What about new pajamas? How many of you either make or buy new pajamas for, this time of year? We don't have to call it Christmas. My mom used to always give us new pajamas because she wanted us to look nice on Christmas Day for the photos. She didn't want us in our ratty old Christmas PJs. Or ratty old PJs. She wanted us in cute ones. The only drawback is if you make them Christmas oriented, then it is kind of weird to wear them throughout the year. Robes are a great idea. New PJs, family tradition. Yeah, and you know, my mom would wrap them in tissue paper. And that was our Christmas Eve gift. So in my family, we open gifts on Christmas Day. And we open one gift on Christmas Eve, and it's always Christmas pajamas. It's not a new toy. Oh, okay. I feel like I did not keep track of that bungee enough, but it didn't seem to get in my way. Whew. I really feel that elastic in there. They feel snug. Are my feet really this size? Okay. We need a lint roller for these things right now. And so this is what I'll paint with that non-slip. Really? She hasn't tried on her Halloween. Well, you don't have to make them, Monica. You know, Monica, I found that like some of the easier thing to do is just to buy bottoms, like black leggings, and then just make a top, you know? Something a little less stressful. Okay, so I'm kind of pulling up the lining here. I'm pretty sure this hem's over the lining on top. See, it sits up here. This one sits up higher in the back. Let's make sure we push it down all the way down there. Yeah, it looks pretty cute, huh? Here's my bungee. And then on top, we put the little toggle. I think this is too long. I would make this a lot shorter. I would make this the same size. And then put the cord. Maybe I would give you like this much. But you know what? There's probably room for a knot. Never mind. I'm wrong. Try it on. Try it. Let's hem it first. Let's hem it first. So like I said at the beginning, Sew House 7 does have a tutorial. So if you don't like my wordiness, go check out theirs. Maybe we need, where's Danielle? We need Danielle. We need Danielle. Danielle, can we do a Christmas pajama sew along next summer? Yeah, a Christmas pajama sew along next summer. Hems, what are hems, Sydney, right? Like, who needs a hem? All right, we're going to, except for this, I'm going to hem this. Okay. Okay. I just made pants for my daughter, Sydney, and man, that poor thing, she's so skinny that like that's how it was growing up. She would grow up, but not anywhere else, you know. And now she is the smallest size in a pattern, but she'll be like 2 sizes taller for the height, you know, or something. Or she'll be like, I want the leg circumference to be, you know, normal. I just need the top to be slim. It's so hard. I think I have her pattern down pat now. Same with her button down. I cut one button down for holiday sewing. Okay. I feel like my hem doesn't look as crisp as hers. It looks very more moon booty-ish. All right, so let's put our toggle on. I'm pretty sure we knot it. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the one that already has been depressed. So we're gonna find the center here, like this. Okay. And then now I'm gonna knot this. Okay. Cool. Very cute. Let me get my little lint roller. It's right here. I think it even has a little bit of tackiness. I gotta get it away from here though. Satisfying, right? Could do an ASMR just on lint rolling, I bet. I've been thinking about doing another ASMR video. Oh, maybe that's what I'll do today. I have to make a button down. Oh, but that fabric choice is probably not the greatest for a video. Oh well, I'm gonna do a plaid one soon. Maybe I can do that. All right. Oh, you know what I was gonna do and I forgot is I was gonna put a little tab right here because I thought it would be kind of cute even if you don't really need it, just sticking up. But there's really no seam, so that's okay. So this is the one that didn't have the seam down the back. So let's try it on. I have high tops on. I have the cutest high tops. They're gonna look really gross though, but look at, they're so cute. I've had them for years and years. They're by Bucket Feet. I think they're just on that side, yeah. Okay. Ooh. Okay, they feel a little big. That's a little awkward. Ooh, they're slippery. Very cute. Let me see. They feel they kind of squish out. Can you see that? They're warm. You know what? I can just leave these here because, well, the heater's broken at my office. So I have a little heater here, but the other day I came and I was wearing my wooden clogs. I have like these seasonal wooden clogs, and it was cold. I found some hand knit socks, so there's no left and right. They are the same on both, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you can make them technical shim. There is like some instructions in there. When I'm wearing them, they do this. They look like really wide right here and narrow here. And see inside that right there is elastic right here. So you feel kind of gently, you feel elastic here and like here. Wait, where is it? Yeah, so there's one going around the ankle. So like right here, there's an elastic here on the inside that you can't see. And then there's one, I think, like right here. And then plus you have this, so if you wanted it to be a little more secure. What I like about this is that I have a pair of slippers that I will sometimes wear a little bit outside. They are unifoot. We won't talk about it, Susan. And when I'm sitting like in my chair with my feet up, they feel kind of stiff for that, my slippers. So I was thinking that these would be cozier for that. And they're so cute. Look at the fabric. Looks so amazing on camera. Dang. I could eat this. Like this is, we'll forget about my grievance with Rifle Paper Company. So my other one is, let's see, where's that one at? It is at the, oh, and then see, I would just paint this stuff on here to make them tackier. But you could also have made your sole with this stuff. And when you use that paint on stuff, there's a lot of different non-slip things. I'm not saying use the one I'm suggesting. I've just used that and it works great, so I know it. When I was looking for that stuff to link in the description of the cutting video, I noticed there were lots of different kinds, so you might find one that suits you better. This one was geared towards rug making, but there are ones geared towards just non-slip fabric. It's probably the same stuff, but I don't know. And it is washable. But what I was going to say is, if you're making like white booties, that stuff will yellow over time on the bottom. And so my two rugs that I have, one of them has kind of a warm natural linen kind of color to it. It's a little orangier. And the other one's blue. The one that's blue, you can see exactly where I brushed it on. And then on the underside, so no one's really going to notice it. But the one that is the more like yellow, warmish, linen color, you can't even see where I've brushed it on. You can see it, but it's really not noticeable. So sock stop, there you go. That's another one. Yeah. So let's see. This one was I had to clip this still, right? And I was notching it. And then I just need to sew those soles together and hem it. So this one's almost done. We'll finish it up now. We had to get through one though, right? This comes in kid sizes and adult sizes. I cut the AB size. My foot measures 9 inches. I think I could have gone down a size. That's my feedback. I'd probably look at the pattern pieces and go, yeah, that difference is probably exactly how much, or not. Or maybe I would just stick with my AB size. And the way I determined that was laying this on the sole. and I knew that this fit me really good. So that's kind of helped me. I had to cut these down though, because there was seam allowance on them. That they were from a kit. Where would you guys get foam? Would you, because her suggestion was like salvaging it from things. I love that. I love doing that for things. That's how I got the shot cord and this. That's the bungee. You could probably do Sailrite or Gold Star Tool. And shoot, if you do that, you're going to have enough for a few. So I'm sorry. You're going to be making these for a bit. I would batch sew these for sure. You don't have to do shearling too. You know what you could do on the inside that would be really easy to sew is polar fleece. Do you guys have some polar fleece scraps that you're like, gosh, this is like big enough that I don't want to throw away, but too small to sew it into anything? That would be what I would do. I think, like, I did the free slipper pattern by Blank Slate Patterns. I just didn't think it was that great. I've done a couple of her patterns. I feel like her patterns, they're great for her. And they're free, so yeah, you're not supposed to complain. But then again, it comes in like one size sometimes. So I don't know. What, Sydney? Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. What's that? I think Terry's behind. Okay, so we're going to do this to this, right? All right, so we need a center right here. Those slippers. Yeah, so those slippers that I made. Okay, so my biggest problem with those was that the where they come together at the top right here, she copied a pattern, probably like a really popular slipper style. We just see it everywhere, right? And she could have improved upon it and put that at a right angle right there, and it would have been so much easier to sew, and it would be warmer, you know? And so I did that on my final pair. Like, I had to remake those for my niece and nephew because they didn't fit. The fabric, oh, that was the other thing. The fabric specified, it was impossible to find. That's why I got the shearling in the first place. Know of any good sock patterns for sewing or knitting? Hubby likes the one that I never heard of until he started forcing it on us. Oh, okay. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Is that a kid one? That sounds adorable. The title sounds really adorable. Oh, that's cool, Aisha. Yeah, I think I looked at like her underwear pattern, and then there was another. She's come out with a couple, and I finally was just like, no. They were like one size. I'm like, okay, great. That's great. I know it's free, but you know. Free doesn't mean, you know, I don't know. It's just, nothing. California Raisins Christmas special. I remember the California Raisins. Oh my gosh, we all heard it through the grapevine for most of my youth. Sock pattern for sewing. The only one I've ever made was, I think, by the Rain Shed, and it was a polar fleece sock. But I think that there's been a lot more sock sewing patterns since I made that one. And I didn't make it on my channel. It was like way before my channel. I think I was in my 20s. That's how old that pattern is. So, does anyone have a sewing sock pattern, you guys? I would check the technical sites because I think that's usually where you see sock sewing, because they'll be for insulation. The technical fabric places like Discovery or the Rain Shed. See what they suggest. Maybe their blogs have some. All right. Oh, yeah. That does sound good. Is Christina Picus here? Have you sewn some socks? All right, we're going to stop like right about here. Okay. There goes a clip. Those things are like Legos. Don't step on those things. All right, we're trimming after we put these in here. Okay, we're going to fold it like a taco first. You might have something a lot easier to get in there. Maybe something slipperier. Fold it like a taco. Oh, I know what I've been watching. I'm watching the Harry and Meghan Netflix thing. I'm not interested in royal stuff. But I just put it on one day. I was like, my friend who's like, my young friend who's like, I'm just looking for movies to watch. I'm just going to watch whatever. It looks good. I was like, you know what? That's a good spirit. Just try it. If you don't like it, you don't finish it. And so I've actually it's been really interesting. That's what I'm watching right now. Couldn't remember. That, and I finished The Bear. And Only Murders in the Building. I haven't watched the latest season for that. All right, I got stuck again. The taco did not help that much. All right. This part's not easy, but I still say it's easier than sewing it in there. Don't you just want to reach through and do this for me? I want you to do that too. Okay. I have been working on new Fittopedia stuff. It's just been there's been a lot going on, but I have made a lot of progress on it. The PDF is getting close to being done, and then I do all the videos, which are the fast part. ironically. That's the fast part. The PDF is really the hard part. It takes me a long time. I do sketches and sketches and sketches. I do a lot of the PDF, and then I do need more sketches, and then I adjust the sketches, and then I do more of the PDF, and then I'll probably do the videos, adjust the PDF again, make more sketches. But I'm kind of excited because it became a little bigger than I thought it was going to be, and I think that's a good thing because I have this whole section on adjusting collars and facings that people just don't really include with their adjustments, especially the collars. Like, you're going to know how to adjust a lapel collar if you've made some of the adjustments, you know, for your shoulder or your neckline, you know, because it doesn't really help you to change your pattern if you can't change all the pattern pieces that go with it. I'm going to go at it from this side now a little bit. I don't even really need to do the whole thing. It's in there. It's not moving, you know. Just tack that. Claymation Christmas. Oh my God, claymation. The precursor, I feel like, to digital animation. Anyone else nerding out on Procreate Dreams? Because I'm going to wait till probably after I do all my Christmas sewing, but I kind of can't wait to dive into that. Is this the toe? Yeah, we're going to stitch this down too. I don't have that quite in there. Maybe if it depends on how thick your intersole thing is. If it's kind of thick and stiff like mine, skip ads. I would probably trim it down just a tiny bit. Even if you trimmed it down like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around the edge, it's going to be a lot easier to fit it in here. And trust me, sewing it in there won't be easier. But you can see it's like pushing up right there up against. And so I would trim it down. And I usually make notes after I make something like this for the next time. All right, let's trim this perimeter edge a little bit. Whew. Mussa. I love the way this looks trimmed right here. Okay. This one's a little sloppier. Almost done. 2 hours for a pair of really well-made booties, I think is not bad. Definitely that blank slate pattern is faster. A lot fewer moving parts. I just don't think those slippers is nice. Just kind of seating it in there, that's what I'm doing. I just kind of poke it out. Might as well, right? You're here. I'm impressed by the shot cord. All right, so now let's sew this. Where's the center back here? I don't really have it marked. I have this one. So we'll just seat it in there like this. All right. We're going for it. We already pre-folded all this, so it really does just want to sit in there and get sewn. Makes it really easy. Totally something I would normally skip, and I'm so glad I followed the directions on that. Maybe I would stitch along the top edge to make it look crisper if I wanted. I think I overfolded that little spot right there. There we go. What I like about this is when you finish this hem, you're pretty much done. Like there's no other fussy thing to do. This is it. This is it. All right, so this one we haven't depressed yet. So we gotta depress it first. There we go. Then we can slip this in here. This is why you don't want a job ever doing this at a factory. Trust me. They all ended up with repetitive motion issues. In fact, they don't even depress them now in manufacturing. I think they don't get depressed until either quality control or end user. That's a little twisted. Wait, why is that? See how that's twisted? Is that my knot? I don't like that. Okay, there we go. I think it's because one side got pulled a little more in the knot. All right. Yay. Very cute. Cozy. God, the colors are just fantastic. If I made everything on my stream in these colors, oh, could sell these easily. Fabric makes the difference sometimes, right? Let's see, here we go, like that. There we go. Got them both on there. Cool. All right, well, enjoy your moon booties. I'll be here in a couple weeks, like a week and a half, for Wednesday, Thursday streams, doing some Christmas sewing of some sort. I'm just not announcing what it is because, you know, there's people in my family who follow me and I don't really want to spoil my surprises. Some of the things I've been thinking about, though, are a button-down shirt. I'm always making lots of those during this time of year. I'm going to sew one this afternoon. And then make a plaid one, probably cut a plaid one out today. I've also thought about just making myself a pair of jeans. So if you want to break from Christmas stuff, let me know. I would be open to that. I also am planning on drafting some things. In the new year, I plan on doing a lot more fitting streams and fitting videos. But I also will be gearing up to teach at Sew Expo. And I would like to make myself some fun clothes for it. So expect that in the new year. 2 live streams left here on YouTube. The sewing ones. Let me look at the date. Sorry, I just started joking on this bit. 20th and 21st. Yeah. I'll be back here. All right. Thanks for coming, you guys. It was nice seeing you. You guys always make me smile. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.